April 26, 1999. A quiet London morning is shattered by a single echoing gunshot. On her own front doorstep, one of Britain's most beloved television presenters falls, leaving behind a city reeling in disbelief. What could possibly drive someone to murder Jill Dando in cold blood? Jill Dando was a familiar face in every British home, a trusted journalist, the smiling host of BBC's Crimewatch. That morning, her street in Fulham buzzed with the ordinary. Birds chirped, neighbors bustled, the world spun as usual. But at 11:32, everything changed. Jill returned from her fiancé's house, parking her blue convertible just a few steps from her front door. As she walked up the path, a figure waited, hidden in plain sight. Moments later, a single shot rang out. A neighbor, startled by the bang, found Jill collapsed on the doorstep. Her keys were still clutched in her hand. Calls for help were frantic, but when paramedics arrived, it was too late. Jill was gone. The city was stunned. How could such a public, adored figure be targeted so brazenly in broad daylight? The Met Police launched one of the largest investigations in their history. Media swarmed the scene, speculating wildly. Was it an obsessed fan? A criminal seeking revenge for her reporting? Some whispered about a Serbian connection, angry over NATO bombings Jill had reported on. Others pointed to a mysterious man seen loitering in the neighborhood. Hundreds of leads poured in. More than 2,000 people were questioned, yet the clues felt slippery, never quite fitting together. Surveillance footage yielded nothing. No clear motive emerged. The bullet was fired at point-blank range, execution style. Yet there were no witnesses, no CCTV, no obvious enemies. Then, the focus shifted to Barry George, a troubled local man with a history of stalking women and bizarre behavior. He lived nearby and couldn't account for his movements. After a painstaking search, police claimed they found a particle of firearm residue in his coat pocket. George was arrested, charged, and soon became the face of the investigation. But even as he sat in a cell, questions mounted. Was the evidence too thin? Was Jill's real killer still out there, walking free? The case, now gripping the nation, seemed no closer to answers. Barry George was convicted and imprisoned, but after years behind bars, his conviction was overturned on appeal. The evidence, never more than a trace, was dismissed as unreliable. To this day, no one has ever been held responsible for Jill Dando's murder. The wound remains raw for her loved ones, and the nation still wonders, was this a random act, a calculated hit, or something even darker? Nearly a quarter century later, the front door where Jill fell is still a doorway to unanswered questions. What secrets might still be hidden behind that single, chilling gunshot? Let us know what you think.